All right, kiddies, this is tonight's homework. So basically what you're getting are tables and graphs. So you're creating equations from tables and graphs. So let's jump into it right away. You have your formula y minus y over x minus x. That's the change in y over the change in x, or in other words, known as slope, or m. So let's just pick two of the points. I'll pick the first two. So if I just look at these, I'm going to pick these 2 points. That's fine. So I'm going to put y minus y. It doesn't matter which direction. I always like to put the bigger number first. So I would put 10 minus 9 over, and then I got to do it the same way. If I went up, I got to go up. 6 minus 4. So I get 1 over 2. So my slope is 1/2. Now what I got to do is plug in what I know to find out what I don't. Plug in what I know to find out what I don't. So I know slope, so I'm going to put that in 1/2 right under my formula. I always write my formula and then put the substitute right below. It just makes it easy and linear. So I'm going to put this in parentheses because m times x, I don't want to put the numbers next to each other, it'll look weird. So I separate that by putting it in parentheses. So I'm going to pick one of the points. Let's just pick x and y right here. It doesn't matter which one I pick, this one x or this one y, but I could pick any pair I want. So x is 4, so I'm going to go here under x and put 4, and y is 9, so I'm going to put 9. Okay, so now this is just like the equations unit we've been working on, so plus b, we need to find b. So I plugged in what I knew to what I don't. 1/2 of 4 is 2. Bring down everything. Now to solve, I have to get rid of the 2. To get rid of the 2, I need to subtract 2 on both sides. I get 9 minus 2 is 7, and b equals 7. So now I have my two parts, my m and my b. So I can rewrite my formula by plugging in what I know. So the final formula is y equals 1/2 x plus 7. And this is the answer. So that's how you're going to solve number 2 and number 3, number 4, number 5. All of them will be solved that way. When you get to number 6, it's a little bit different. It's a graph. So you're coming up with an equation, but this time you're coming up with an equation based from a graph. So I put down some important information that you'll need to know. That slope is rise over run. And then you have your slope-intercept form. So we'll get to that in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our rise over run. So we start at our point, and we rise to our point, and then we run. All right, so let's figure out how far we rose. So we are going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going up 8. And then we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to run 4. So it's rise 8, run 4. We're always going to reduce this, no matter what, to its lowest term. So in this case, it's 2. Notice it's a positive 2 because we're rising and running in a positive direction, and it's a positive slope. So we now have our m, so that's something we know. So we're going to plug in what we know right here, and I told you we're going to put these as parentheses. And then we're going to substitute the other things that we know, the y and the x. We know a couple y and x's. We know one here and here. So we're just going to use x and y. X is 1, y is 8, and now we're going to solve for b. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. We get 6 equals b, and now we have our two parts that we need to solve. So y equals 2x plus 6. Okay, this is the b right here. Y equals mx plus b, so we substituted what we knew, and we're leaving the y and the x alone because our point slope formula is, our slope-intercept formula is written this way, and that's how we want to write it. So that's how you're going to do number 6, number 7, number 8, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it.